Talking about the power of music and the power of song, and that was more than anything, I guess, the way Victor Jara worked.
I think I mentioned at one point that he was originally a theatre guy. He studied theatre and became very well known as a director, actually. But he, at the same gradually, he began to develop his songs. And at some point, apparently took a conscious decision saying he could reach many more people through the music than he could through theatre, right? Because how many people go to the theatre in total, let alone just to the few theatres in Santiago? And then he became known all over through his music. And of course, it came at that critical time when he was doing some really interesting plays. But they started off with Ibsen, and stuff like that, and to see the sort of relevance of that within the popular struggles going on in Latin America at that time, and particularly, obviously, as the growth of popular unity with Allende, backing Allende took place, and he became a serious supporter of Allende, and his music was, in common with many other artists, was really important in the campaign. So, that's a very different kettle of fish. You can't carry your theatre company around with you and sort of pop up in a barrio or in a factory as he did. He'd go with the guitar and sing wherever he could. Terrific stuff.
And, it's not fair, I guess, to compare one great song with another. When he's a bit like Mick Jagger, actually. I think he never wrote a bad song. Every song was excellent. Well, I mean, only in that respect, I suppose. It's so different in every other way.
I was going to say, whatever.
But, I am a bit of a Mick Jagger fan.
Okay. Would never have guessed.
But is there one song of his that sort of struck you as being one of his more powerful songs?
Mm-hmm. As being what?
In the sense of, I don't know, inspiring people to the struggle.
Yeah, well, obviously the great anthemic songs, among them primarily the Prayer to the Labourer, Plegarian Labrador, that we sang in the event to reclaim the stadium where he'd been killed. And he had won the first competition of New Song Movement with that particular song. But the one everybody always mentions, if you mention Victor Jara, practically everybody goes with Te Recuerdo, the chicken song. Te recuerdo, Amanda. I remember you, Amanda, is the literal translation. And it's not a something song at all. It's a very gentle song, but it's very passionate. It's about poignant is the word, exactly. There's it's the story of love between Manuel and Amanda, who happen to be the names of his parents. Not that he said it wasn't really an autobiographical song, he said, but it tells of these two people. He works in the factory, he goes off to the war, gets killed, fighting for justice, and it just, as you say, a very poignant song. And I would say, in many respects, that's the most powerful of his songs, in the sense of most moving, as you say, moving people to see the reality of war, how it destroys love, and how Amanda, as it says in the song, as she dances homeward from meeting him, she lights up the pathway, and then the second verse, he gets killed, and the factory, or what you call it, the siren, not the chicken, the siren saying, back to work, back to work, back to work. It's very powerful in many respects, but it's not a tub thumper.
It's about broken lives.
Yeah, and the way that the factory controls you, even in the fact that Manuel is killed, who cares? There are plenty of other workers to drive back to work. Yeah.
Have you done an English translation of that particular
Yeah,
song?
hear it. Want to hear the whole, right? Okay. It's I haven't played it for a while, but. Oh, sorry, I start in Spanish so I can then remember the English, okay? Recuerdo manda, calle mojada, corriendo la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel, okay. I can see you still, Amanda, running in the rain, running to meet. No, so I have to start again. I have to do it in Spanish first. Te recuerdo, is that okay? Te recuerdo, Amanda, la calle mojada, corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel. La sonrisa ancha, lluvia en el pelo, no importaba nada, iba a encontrarte con él, con él, con él, con él, con él. Son 5 minutos, la vida es eterna en 5 minutos. Suena la sirena de vuelta al trabajo, y tú caminando lo iluminas todo. Los 5 minutos te hacen florecer. Oh, I can see you still, Amanda, running in the rain, running to the factory where he was working, Manuel. With your lovely smile singing, rain shining in your hair, to you nothing mattered, you were running to be with him, with him, with him, with him, Manuel. It was only 5 minutes, but all eternity stood still for 5 breathless minutes. Siren is sounding, back to work, back to work. And as you dance homeward, you light up the pathway. Those 5 timeless minutes brought you to fly. Oh, I can see you still, Amanda, running in the rain, running to the factory where he was working, Manuel. Your lovely smile singing, rain shining in your hair, and to you nothing mattered, you were running to be with him, with him, with him, with him, Manuel. And he'd gone to the mountains, he who had never heard a fly, he'd gone to the mountains, and in 5 breathless minutes they destroyed him. The siren is sounding, back to work, back to work. So many never came home. Among them Manuel. Oh, I can see you still, Amanda, running in the rain, running to the factory where he was working.